Daddy. Daddy. You're supposed to hear that. You weren't paying attention. Yeah. Outgoing backhands here. The Kona Emperor. And for some first throws, those look pretty nice. Go with the G Blend Sphinx. And what can you say about that flat pad? You just love it. There's the Aztec. So you can ride with the elevator. Finishing out, we got some incoming Emperors now. And that is perfect. This one has a little lower line, so it comes in a little hotter, but still is finishing on that same line from me and the camera. With the Sphinx in a headwind, it had no chance. Trying to make a slight correction with the Aztec, and yeah, it too didn't really fare well in that headwind. Alright, so outgoing again. Everything you expect the Blend Emperor to be. Threw that one out just a little wide, but it still made its way back. This is when I realized a little bit how stable it was with the hyzer on it. That's a great line with the Aztec. Alright, some incoming. Just like a forehand here. Oh no, that wasn't. It was a backhand. Just miscalculated. Let's see if I can make the correction. Again, that right there with me putting too much hyzer on that G Blend Sphinx. That Aztec was just in line for so long. So I'm literally still out here in the field, just threw these 4 discs 4 times. My thoughts about the Kona Blend Emperor is I really like them. They're a little bit different than the Blend Emperor that I had before. So far on this windy day, they're really consistent. I see a lot of versatility in the shots that I'll be able to do with them. A little bit more versatile than the other Blend that I have. I was looking to really replace that Blend, but this is just a little bit better just because it's a little bit more stable than the previous one that I had. It's not as stable as the other Emperors. It's hard for me to gauge that 3 fade in these conditions, but my other one didn't have a 3 fade, but I liked it a lot. So keep on throwing these and see how I feel about them. The Aztec, it is what it is. I mean, it's a good disc. I got this one. I have another one at the house. It's a little bit more stable. It's a little bit more stable than I want the Aztec to be. This one seems to be right on the money. I threw this one right at the camera a little bit a second ago, and it just stayed in line with the camera till it faded off. That's exactly what you're looking for in a control driver. That's what I'm looking for this to be, is my control driver. This is the G-Star Sphinx, and it surprised me a little bit because it's a little bit, well, not a little bit, it's more stable than the iBlend Sphinx that I have by more than just a little bit. Another control type driver for me, but so far this one will probably be interchanged within my bag with my iBlend, just depending on the conditions. Like today would not be a day for me to have my iBlend Sphinx in there because I'm not going to be able to predict what it's going to do in the wind because of how flippy it is. But this one, on the other hand, I would be able to. The Aztec, I think, is going to fight another disc in my bag for a slot, just because I don't like to have but a certain number of discs in my bag. So again, depending on the conditions maybe, or if something just isn't, if I have any type of overlap in the bag, this will definitely come in and take the overlap out. One of these Emperors is going in because I lost the Emperor that I really liked. I lost it, and these were supposed to be the replacement for it. And I think they are. Again, I've only thrown them about 4 times, but so far in these conditions, from what I've seen, they're going to work out really well for replacing that one, even though they have a slightly different flight path. So far, I say so far because I expect them to fly a little bit differently once we get them out in normal conditions, not such windy conditions, and I'm really trying to hunt for lines, see how they fare there. So that is a quick take on these for after the first 4 throws. Let's get back to throwing. All right, gonna throw some forehand since we have a windy day here. And the first Kona's out. She looks good. Let's see how we do with the second Kona. Forehand. Looks good as well. Now I've only forehanded the Sphinx, the iBlend Sphinx, a few times, so forehand with the G, and pleasantly surprised at how it turned out. Don't ever see me forehanding the Aztec, but had to do it anyway, and again, pleasantly surprised that it actually came out of that. Got a forehand incoming from out in the field of the Kona. There it is, perfect in the landing zone, and this one should be a hyzer flip with the G Blend Sphinx. And there it is. What can you say? All right, so a quick follow-up after being out on the course a few days with the disc. This Emperor Kona edition, not exactly what I wanted to be. I think I can beat it into where I wanted to be, but not exactly there. It's a little bit more stable too soon than I actually want. Forehands, money, great. For now, she's going to be in a casual bag as I slowly beat her in to get her where I want, or order me another one, different weight, see if I can get a slightly different profile to get that flight that I want. Now this Kona Emperor, she's more stable than I expected. So great for forehands, but for the versatility that I want in the backhands on a non-windy day, not the exact one. This is the one that's 175, and if you look, it's a slightly different profile than this one. So this one's in the bag, getting beat in for a little bit. The other one, windy day, I probably slowly try to beat it into, but for right now, it's a windy day. It's going to be on the shelf while I beat this one in and see if I order me another one. G Blend Sphinx. It's in the bag, both of them. Now there's only one other mold that I carry 2 plastics in. This right here is going to make that the second one. So this one and the iBlend, both in the bag. Just, it's a great disc. I don't know how else to say it. I think we did our review on it with H1 Pro, and I think we both of them had it in the basket, and it still is. It's just a really good disc. My Aztec. So I forgot how much I like the hyzer flip until I started throwing this again. It's so much fun. So this one is holding true. It is what it is. Great control driver. It's in the bag. For a casual and tournament play, it'll be in there. So with those 4 discs, those are my brief recaps. And now it's time to go explore some infinite possibilities.